Rena, another topic we'll cover is sports. Now, are you a big sports fan?
I'm a huge sports fan.
Now, are you more pro or professional or college?
Professional.
Okay.
I'm a huge football fan.
Now, besides the Vikings, do you have any other teams that you might be interested in following?
I grew up in Ohio, so I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. And you can feel sorry for me, that's fine, we're used to it. And I spent 9 years in Wisconsin before coming to Minnesota, so I do like the Packers. I think when you live in Wisconsin, you have to pick 2 or 3 things. You either have to drink beer, eat brats, or like the Packers, and I don't like beer, so I had to go with brats and Packers. So those are kind of my 2 football teams. But because I've moved around so much, I actually will watch anybody play. It doesn't matter. I just love the sport of football. I love the NFL. I think it is the best run business in this country. They do a fantastic job, not just running the NFL, but all the NFL videos. They just make you feel something. They just do a fantastic job, and it's just, I wish I could play. That's what I really wish I could do, is play football.
Wow, okay. If you could play football, what position would you like? Are you more like a quarterback, wide receiver person, or? I
think I'd go, I'm small, so maybe punt returner. I could just like run around people, maybe, you know, underneath people's legs, you know, so. I might be effective, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd be afraid to hit me, you know, who knows. But yeah, I think I'd make a great punt returner.
Now, have you been able to attend any games or many lately?
Oh yeah, I've been to every professional sport in the Twin Cities. I'm a huge Twins fan as well, so I also like the Brewers. So I'm not an Indians fan. I don't know why, but just never grew up liking baseball. Started liking baseball really when I lived in Milwaukee, so hence the Brewers. But it's hard not to love the Twins. They're just such a likable organization. And Justin Morneau and his wife Krista actually throw an event every year for the Arthritis Foundation to help kids with arthritis.
Oh,
so
okay.
Of course he's my favorite player, right?
Now, when you go to games, do you kind of have like a ritual? Is there a certain food item you have to get, or certain area you prefer sitting at, like, you know, outfield, first baseline?
No, I don't have a favorite spot, because I like to get up and walk around a little bit and watch the game from different locations. But I do always get the steak sandwich there, which is usually pretty darn tasty. Or a soft pretzel. I mean, I'm a huge pretzel fan as well, so that's about it.
I've seen, I think it's Whole Foods, they actually have pretzel buns now that you can get for like hamburgers and sandwiches.
They have those at Lunds and Byerly's too.
Oh, okay. You've already checked them out already.
And high in protein, if you can believe that.
Another thing I want to ask you about, Rena, when it comes to being an anchor, how much prep do you and Eric have to do ahead of time? I mean, how much reading and stuff do you have to get caught up so that when you're sharing this story, it's convincing enough that we understand you know what you're, you know, talking about and know the story on a higher level?
Well, throughout the day, we're actually helping to write things as well. So it's not just stuff that is put in front of us and we have to read. So we are involved in the process throughout the day, and once everything's written, we go through and read through it. And I don't just read through my stories, I read through Eric's stories as well. I try to read through the entire newscast to see how it flows, to see how it's going to go after Eric reads something. Because you never know when something's going to happen, and they'll say, okay, well, Rena, that's going to be your read now. So I want to make sure it's not something that I just reading for the first time on the air.
Right.
And it also helps with discrepancies, too, because even if it's Eric's read, but it was in the 5 o'clock, and I'll say, you know, we said this at 5, but we're saying this at 10, like, we need to check our facts here. So I would say we're very involved, and Eric, of course, is writing his sports as well, so he's very involved in his segment. So I'd like to think that we're prepared and that we know what we're talking about by the time we get on the air. That's, you know, kind of what the whole shift is about, is giving you time to be comfortable with the news of the day, and, you know, whether it's pronouncing someone's name or just making sure the facts are straight.
Yeah, I can tell that sometimes, Eric, especially with athletes, and especially if it's like the Olympic time, you guys have half your work cut out for you in getting some of those names right.
Well, and he is the Olympics god, because that guy does more for the Olympics behind the scenes that you're not seeing. He's going out and trying to find any Minnesotan that has any connection to the Olympics. He's been doing this for years now, so he might have it down to a science, but he's super busy behind the scenes right now trying to get all that prepared as he leaves for London. And he's going to abandon me for like a month. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to be then solo then on the weekends?
Most likely. I think
Okay.
that's what happened last time when he went to, I can't even remember where he went to last. China, maybe?
China, I think, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll look forward to that. Thank you for your time today, Rena. Appreciate all your comments.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.